check out that new style of playmat featured on 1000noble.com. So cool, so wow.
Hello everybody, my name is Connor, and I am here with a older game that I just never posted for some reason. We are playing against Lim, and this camera angle is weird, so I'm going to do my best to tell you what cards are being played. So we go ahead and search out the Law, or play Law to search out the Luffy Taro. We're torn between Zoro and Luffy Taro, but we do have a Zoro in hand. I would like to play the Zoro next turn to, hit that 4 Dawn and get that body on the field, but, I feel like we might see where this goes. So, Lim is going to go ahead and swing 5, and we're going to give the Nico Robin blocker for a 1k to get out of that. Leader ability, Lim will go ahead and ramp a Dawn and play out Searcher Lim to search the top of their deck. It is, let me read it, the top 5 and reveal up to 1 Odyssey, and my opponent is going to grab the Sabo. Had to think about that card for a bit. This angle is not great. I think that's why I decided not to post it, but my mom is coming into town, and with the holidays, I don't have a ton of time to go and play, so wanted to make sure we were still getting some videos out. So we are going to go ahead and hit the 4 Dawn. We're going to be at 5 Dawn here. If we ramp... we are going to go... This is not a bad play. I don't think we are going to play down the Bond play, swing 6 into the Lim, and we are going to get, I believe that's the Sabo to keep the Lim alive. So one of the interesting things about the Lim, Lim is a character from the video game. I think it came out like a year ago. But she plays out everything rested. So, it's a pretty interesting concept. I don't hate the deck. I just watched, Artress play he just did a video on Lim, like, yesterday, or today, I think. Oh, the day that I'm recording this video today, but the day that this post, yesterday. And it's an interesting deck. So he's gonna go ahead and swing 6, and I'll go ahead and take that. I don't really have a ton of counter in my hand, but we are ramping pretty quick, and they're gonna play, I believe that's the Usopp to draw 2 and discard 2, if I'm not mistaken. Or oh no, that's the Luffy. I think that's the Luffy. Yes, it is the Luffy. If I'm sure. And yeah, he's gonna swing the 6 there and go ahead and KO the Mr. 1. So kind of a bummer there, but we did get the ramp off, which is nice, and that's part of the reason why I'm torn on adding Mr. 2 or Bog Clay back into my deck, is because he's very easy to remove. He gives me a nice ramp, but I don't know. I'm still on the fence. I think I'm gonna tweak some stuff. But we swing at 5, and it looks like my opponent is going to, they're going to tap 1 to use the event. The event has a ridiculous name. I believe it is Soul Frankie Swing Arm Boxing Solid, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just honestly type 2 more words. Yes. I believe, yes, so it is Soul Frankie Swing Arm Boxing Solid. I'll put a picture of it. Ridiculous names. And we are going to play down the Zoro, trying to get a body on board with the Luffy Taro. So, not a bad play. I do like Luffy Taro into Son Goro, but I think Zoro is good because I need counter, and thankfully, we do have a decent amount of counter. So we go ahead and pass turn. Our opponent's board is looking a little scary. I think Luffy is, Luffy's a 6k, Lim is a 5k, if I'm not mistaken. Not super familiar with these cards, so forgive me. I think I mentioned it. I've got them pulled up over on my other side. That is Sabo. Sabo goes ahead and gets played. When attacking, if you have 3 or more rested cards, draw 1 card. So pretty solid choice for this deck, especially because he is having these bodies on board, and he's actually going to play out Sakazuki This card ruined my life. If you have 2 or more rested characters, KO one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. Like, that sucks. So here I am asking, like, wait, does he count too? Yeah, he counts. So there goes Zoro. There goes Zoro, and I'm starting to think that Sangoro is, if I play him down, is not long for this world. We do get a Gum off of life, and we are going to go ahead and counter out of the Lim swing there with, I believe that was the Law. As I said, camera angle is not great. Give him another counter, and we draw into the Giant. He restands the Lim, and yeah, we go ahead and we're at 8 Dawn. We could ramp to 9 and drop the 9 cost. That might be a decent play. We really don't have a lot of other plays. Thankfully, Sakazuki ability is on play, so it's not like he's going to, you know, be constantly, or that specific Sakazuki is going to be constantly popping my things. But yeah, I'm in a tough spot right here. I don't feel great about where I am because he's got so many bodies on board and I do not. So yeah, trying to figure out how I want to swing. I think I'm going to drop the Eustace Kid blocker just to hopefully be able to keep my Dawn up. And there's no way he has another Sakazuki, right? No way. So yeah, taking my time to think this one out. I swing Luffy Taro into the Sabo, 8 into 6, trying to get some cards out of hand, and we do. Thank goodness. And yeah, we have to do some, I feel like we have to do some board control. We will go 8 into the 6 with the Luffy, I believe. Tap 5, play it down the Eustace Kid, and pass turn. Yeah, I think keeping one up for Giant could have been an option, but I feel like I play too reserved with Giant, I feel like I'm always worried about not being at 9 Dawn on, you know, the next turn. So, yeah, I think I've improved, but I still think I hold on to Giant too much. I'm too skittish with it, if you will. So that's going to come more with playing and with practice, I guess. But we will see what my opponent is going to go ahead and do. Looks like they're separating some Dawn. And yeah, this is a after tournament game. So I think he's explaining to me Sakazuki because I was shocked. I wonder I'm thinking if Sakazuki's gonna be added into what is it? Perona, that's it. I wonder if Sakazuki's gonna be added in Perona because I think it could work. They go ahead and swing 8 into Luffy, and I give him the 8. I want to hold on to my rush, and look at that, another Sakazuki. I'm crying. I'm very sad. They're gonna go ahead and go 6 into lead, and I'm gonna take, wow, we have so many Giants in hand. And they go 5 in the lead, and I take Luffy Taro. Our hand is not looking good. This is looking scary. I'm a little stressed at this moment. Like, what do I do here? We're low on counter. They've got a huge board. I have 3 Giants. And I think that our play is to drop the rush Luffy, keep 1 Dawn up, swing aggressively into one of the Sakazukis, keep 1 Dawn up for the one of the Gum. So we go ahead and swing the 8 into the Sakazuki. They give me 1 card, which is a bummer. We swing, and they go ahead and take it. It looks like they have an option to trigger, but do they trigger? They decide not to. They go ahead and keep it, and yep, I go ahead, drop the Luffy, and this was, I had not played this Luffy a lot, so I do get to draw. We get the kid. We're feeling a little better at this point, and we are going to clear one of the Sakazukis off of board. I think I'm torn between, like, do I clear Sakazuki? Do I go aggressive? Just making that choice, and I feel like I'm a little more comfortable with Purple Luffy than I was at the time of this video. So yeah, we go ahead and clear Sakazuki. And yeah, our hand is looking a little wild. A little interesting for the sures. But I'm thinking that we can be okay. I don't think my opponent has... The only rush green card I can think of is Hody Jones, and I think I can handle a Hody Jones okay. I think Lim plays everything out rested, so even Hody Jones won't work if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I know that my opponent took a lot of time explaining, like, no, she plays everything rested. So oh man, that is a very aggressive swing into Luffy, and I really want to keep Luffy alive, so I am gonna go ahead and Gum. I think I'm probably gonna trash Luffy Taro is my guess. I think I'm thinking about another Gum, but yeah, Luffy Taro is a decent choice, and we get another Luffy Taro, going ahead and getting out of that attack. Which, yeah, look how pretty my hand is. You don't want to see my opponent's board, do you? Yeah, don't worry. I'm getting a new stand. I'm buying myself a new stand for Christmas, so we won't have this anymore. But my opponent going ahead and swinging Lim into the Luffy Taro, and I'm going to give them that 2k we got off of Giant, just hoping that they cannot swing into Luffy anymore. They go ahead and play out is the Usopp drawing 2, and I think they trash 2, is that right? Draw 2 cards, then discard 2, yeah, so they're gonna cycle their hand, hopefully get some better counters in hand, because we do have a scary board, and unbeknownst to my opponent, we do have the Rush Sanji, so I honestly love that Rush Sanji, almost as much as I love this deck. I love Purple Luffy. I think it's one of the most fun decks ever. In fact, I might go back and look at one of my old Purple Luffy games, and from like before Starter Deck. Yeah, I might go back and commentate over the commentary, if you will, but we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and tap 1, playing down the Searcher Law. I think trying to get some 2Ks in hand. I think I'm gonna grab the 2K, tempted to grab Giant, or possibly even Nico Robin. I think Nico Robin is a pretty decent choice, but yeah, I'm gonna grab Usohachi, which I think is a better choice than decent choice. So yeah, we grab Usohachi just in case. I know the Odyssey deck, because of pre-release, I know there are cheeky little blockers and cheeky little cards that get to restand. So I think at this point I am thinking about dropping Sanji, but there's a chance I feel like I could go for board. I think my opponent's at 3, or my opponent's at like 3 life, I think. So there's a chance I could go for game, but I don't want to risk it. I want to play safe. I put my Dawn aside. Gonna go 7 at lead, and gonna tap 5 for another Eustace Kid. Maybe they'll get to stay alive. And I do have 1 up for the Gum. While having 3 Gums in hand can be a little stressful because it's 3 cards without counter, it is very nice to see Gums. So I think he goes ahead and plays down. I think that's Audino, if I'm not mistaken. It sure looks like Audino from here. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's 10 cost Dofi. He plays out 10 cost Dofi and freezes all 3 Luffys on the board. Excuse me, I totally forgot that he plays 10 cost Dofi, which honestly I don't hate that play. It definitely had me shaking in my boots when he played it down. And with the 10 cost Dofi on the board, it's definitely definitely feeling like, man, I wish I could go for lethal, because I'm scared. But we're gonna replace one of the laws with, I believe, Sanji. Yep. We're going to rest the Lim because we can, minus the Dawn, get it back active thanks to Mr. Captain Kid. And we're going to go ahead and swing 9 at Lim. Yeah, I guess we want to clear board. I'm thinking, yeah, okay. And so we swing 9 at Lim and we pass. So now all he has is 10 cost Dofi. If he has a way to remove my blocker and swing aggressively, I'm pretty sure I'm in a comfortable spot with 2 Dawn up and 2 Gum Gums. I can live whatever he decides to do. And this way, with the Lim on board, I feel like it was more likely he could have gone for lethal. But with 2 Dawn up, just the Dofi, I'm feeling okay. Because even if he removes the Eustace Kid blocker, we can get back there. And oh, I'm sorry, I'm back at work after the holidays, and oh man, it is exhausting having 2 bonus days off. I get to do it again next week, so just a little tired, but yeah, no worries. Sorry about that. Also, I keep meaning to mention earlier in the video, guys, if you like what I do, there is memberships available. Subscribe down below if you want to. And yeah, I'll shut up. Back to the game. My opponent, I think he played down a Lim. Yep, that's a Lim. Played down a Lim and searched my shitty camera angle. Didn't let me see what he had there. And he's going to swing the 10 cost Dofi. I feel like his best option would be to try and swing into one of my bodies. I think with the bodies I have on board, like I need them alive. The big bodies, the Luffy Taro, the Sanji, and the Luffy, the Rush Luffy. I need them on board to go for game. And yeah, so he swings and I go ahead and block the Lim swing for, I believe that's probably 7 coming in. And yeah, I think it's okay to just go ahead and play Gum Gum, minusing the 2 Dawn, trashing Luffy Taro, and grabbing 2. We got the Frenosuke in this list. Yeah, I think I want to put Frenosuke back in my list. I think I'm not impressed by Kamazo. I understand why he's in the deck, but as a 4-of, I don't think he's it. Maybe I'll drop Kamazo like a 2-of. Maybe drop Kamazo to a 2-of. Add Bon Clay. I don't know. But Frenosuke is a little cheeky. It's another Luffy Taro target, and throw some Dawn and he gets a rush. So we are going to go ahead and swing 8. We're swinging 8 into Usopp. I feel like we could go for game here. I know that when I started with this deck, which this is pretty early in 09, I believe, I was pretty skittish around the deck. So yeah, we end up going 8 into Usopp, 7 into Lim, just kind of lowering his hand. I also feel like I do like to minimize my opponent's hand a lot of the times. But yeah, so I think I could have gone for game here, but I decided to take the safe route because if I'm not mistaken, which I haven't edited the layout in yet, my opponent is at, what is it, 2 Dawn or 2 life. But yeah, we go ahead, we play it safe, we clear board and block her up, drawing 2 more 2Ks, 1 Dawn up. Yeah, I feel like we could have gotten game last turn. I think my opponent had like 4 in hand, and with the bodies I had on board and leader, I feel like we could have gotten through the 2-1 life that they currently have. As I said, I can't tell. This camera angle is awful. I'll probably be doing like POV, or not POV, but like top down from now on. A little less in my way. And it's kind of interesting to see what my opponent has in hand. So that's probably how I'll do it from now. I'll probably do POV at a couple locations just because it's easier, but we'll get a little bit of both. But my opponent is going to play, I think that sure looks like Sanji, but I don't think it's Sanji. It's, what is that called? Oh, Sakazuki, I think. Is it Sakazuki? Looks like Sakazuki. Yeah, it's Sakazuki. He's going to go ahead and pop the Nami, which is a bit of a bummer, but and he's looking through my trash, which honestly, something that you got to do more, and I say you, but also me, looking through your opponent's trash is very helpful. It definitely, like, most decks run about, I think it's like 10 to 12 2Ks. So if you see a majority of them in there, like, I feel like it's a easier way. I have so many 2Ks in my hand though, holy moly. Yeah, it's just an easier way to kind of math for lethal. And yeah, there's another 2K, jeez Louise. So yeah, is that the, it looks like they also played a blocker. I think yeah, that's Doflamingo. They played the Doflamingo blocker while I was probably why I had my hand there. And yeah, he gets to, if you have 2 more rested characters in play, set this to active. So with the Doflamingo and the Sakazuki, he is rested, I think. So we go ahead and play the Usohachi to rest the Doflamingo, and we are going for game. We 7, they go ahead and take, okay, so he did have 2 life. We swing there, and swing aggressively 8-9, and then swing 9, 10, 11, and there we go. We end up getting the game. So once again, guys, I'm so sorry about this angle. I don't know why I thought that was a good angle, why I was like, yeah, this is nice, this looks clean. You can really see my hand, which is great, but you guys didn't want to see the opponent's board, did you? But anyway, I'm gonna end the video there, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button down below. Helps me out more than you can ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.